In 1997, I was diagnosed with a disease called endometriosis. Steve, my husband, and I had been married for 10 years. In 2009, I had surgery, and as a result of that surgery, they told me that my left fallopian tube was completely blocked with scar tissue. It was just such an ache in our heart to have a child. But the disease had progressed and gotten worse and worse, so in February of 2011, we went to see a specialist. The doctor told us that it was impossible. There's no way that we would ever be able to conceive. It just felt so hollow to hear that word, impossible, that there was just no way. She did say, though, that if we did in vitro fertilization, that we had a greater chance of being able to be successful and conceive that way. But we were opposed to that. We left just feeling very conflicted, and we just turned to God. We just prayed to Him to say, we don't want it our way, we want it your way. And if you want us to have a child, you know how to do that. Our relationship with God, our relationship with the Lord was more important than anything we wanted. A few weeks later, we decided that we were going to go on this drug called Lupron. In preparation for this drug, though, they give you a preliminary pregnancy test just to make sure that there's no chance of you being pregnant. We did the blood test, and I went back to work. I didn't think anything more of it. And a few hours later, I noticed that I had a voicemail on my phone, and it was the doctor's office. They were calling to say that they got the results of my blood test, and I was pregnant. I couldn't believe those words. At first, I thought, surely this is a mistake. The feeling, I can't describe it, but I'll never forget it. It was as though I'd been paralyzed my whole life, and somebody just said, stand up in faith, stand up and walk, that you've been healed. It was just the most amazing thing. When we went in for our first ultrasound, God added an extra blessing, because the doctor told me, the doctor that didn't know about the surgery before, told me that this child was conceived on the left side, the side that had been blocked. I took that as God's way of saying, this won't be explained by science, this won't be explained by anything other than the hand of God. That it just felt so personal, that the Creator of the universe heard my prayers, that He saw our deep need, but mostly that He saw that we were seeking His will at any cost. Landon now is this perfect reminder every single day of what it means to seek God's will.